barrels cocked and ready to go.
Hey, I just learned what frittata means applied to a human being.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, it's not my creation.
Where'd you get it from?
The League.
Oh,
The show The League.
never seen it.
It's pretty fucking good.
Some guy I used to work with was like, "You'd really like the League. I know you don't like sports, but you would like the League."
Oh well, they do barely talk about sports, and in fact,
Isn't it supposed to be based around sports?
fantasy football. It's about a fantasy football league, but it's so old now that any football references are completely and totally irrelevant. Like anybody that shows up in the show has been out of the league for 10 fucking years.
So he had a point.
What?
Like the guy that told me I might like it,
I think you would.
saying that like I know you don't like sports, even though it has to do kind of with sports. Now I get it.
It really barely has anything to do with sports.
Okay.
Like just it's fantasy foot. It's this league, an 8-person fantasy football.
This
league.
is like a episode, like a Seinfeld, Friends. It's just a shit ton of episodes of comedy, right?
It's a show. But it's not.
Scrubs.
There's no laugh track, and it's improv. So basically, what you got is Nick Kroll, Pete Duplass, Katie Astlin, and then fucking Rafi, who makes the whole show. But basically, you've got all these guys that are and women, and you have like a very small. I'm sure their script was like, and now you talk about how dumb Rafi is. And they just improv it and made a show out of it.
I have readjusted a lot of things, and I went in to go watch I was like, I haven't seen a show in a while, like we're talking about. And I started something and immediately turned it off. I can't, for some reason, I can't do it anymore, man.
Fair. I mean, and I wouldn't know if I'd be into it now, but I watched it as it was coming out.
Have you watched a show lately? Like
I'm going back through
new?
Scrubs right now
because the new stuff is coming out.
New stuff's coming out, and which, by the way, when we walked in here, you had Men at Work, playing
bum, 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 bum,
my favorite Men at Work song.
Really?
Yeah, I like Down Under, but I mean, come on,
that's the A side. Crap.
So Overkill is just so good, and they have an entire Scrubs episode with the lead singer of. So the show Scrubs takes place with the main character Zach Braff. It's all in his head basically. He keeps shifting in and out of daydreaming and talking about what's going on. So he's imagining the lead singer of Men at Work with his guitar, kind of following him around, and they theme the episode in his day to that song. So they weave that song at the beginning and the end all the way through an entire episode. It's fucking fantastic.
Hey, by the by,
high art.
In previous episodes, we've discussed different types of dopamine dumps. Specifically, the last episode, we talked about delayed gratification, like my version of delayed gratification. You spoke about running marathon, shit like that. I would like to say, attached to the TV show idea, and I was thinking about it this morning. I broke my hand severely, multiple places, dislocations, had to have surgery, and I was in utter pain.
This was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And I sat down and thoroughly enjoyed every single episode of Breaking Bad straight through with sleep breaks, except when it came down to the very last episode, I waited 5 years to watch it.
Me and you are the exact same way, bro.
You did it too?
I've done that every single show.
I'm doing it right now with Topo Chico. So Ed, the Wizard of Ed, sent out a deal saying that Topo Chico's being bought up by bars or something, correct?
Something's wrong with the source.
Yeah, I thought it was something wrong with the source.
Some unknown thing happening at the source. So they're not producing any of the sparkling water.
So Topo is not on the shelves. The regular Topo is not on the shelves. All the canned shit.
I mean, to be fucking clear, it just means that it's even hard. It's never easy to get Topo Chico regular in the bottle anyway. Like even in Mexican restaurants are always like, I'm out of it.
So I have one last bottle sitting in the door of the fridge, and that fucker's gonna sit there for a while, man.
I got 3 grapefruit ones left
How much do you want for them?
Dude, I'll give them to you. You can have them. I like them, but I love taking a regular and pouring it into a pint glass and then putting bitters in it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking good. So, yeah, I do the exact same things with shows, man.
That's
my
the
whole
only
life.
show I've done it with.
In fact,
and I did it probably more at the time I cared about what other people thought, and it was intentionally to piss people off when they were like, "Did you watch the last episode?"
You're like, "Nope," and don't
I'd be
talk
like,
to
"Nope,"
me about it,
and don't fucking say anything. Yeah. And it happened to work into like, I don't know, 5 years.
I swear I do it because I don't like to attach to anything. That's why I don't like really watch these shows. I like to watch things that are absurd. I don't want to go through it. And it comes from Sopranos was like a big part of my life. I watched it with my dad every Sunday. You know, we're Italian.
Yeah.
And the night I watched the finale, was the night that I went to the hospital for a heart attack.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's now this PTSD thing in my brain where if I'm watching a show, even if it's dumb, I don't want to watch the end of it. I did the same thing with fucking Monk. Like 2 years ago, sure. I watched Monk all the way through. I was like, I'm not watching the last one. I don't need to watch that shit. I don't need to see what happens.
You know, I also think though that historically the last one's always disappointed me too.
Fair.
I was all in on Game of Thrones and fuck that last season and fuck the last episode.
I never saw a single episode of Game of Thrones, but I basically know you can't avoid it in pop culture. So I kind of know everything that happened throughout the show. It seems pretty rad. It might be something I get into, you know, when it's far enough along that it's irrelevant, you know, and then I can enjoy it. Like going back through Scrubs. I've seen Scrubs all the way through probably 4 times in my life, but it's easy to watch, fun. Enjoy it. Want to go for a picnic? I kind of want to go for a picnic now. Does anybody get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one.
I think you're the only one who gets it. Fair enough. It was over here on this side.
On that note,
woo!
Haven't heard much from PR today.
I know. What are you doing over there, PR? You're here, right?
No, the one thing that I think about a lot, and I thought about it this morning on my swim, is how do you guys actually stay married? You know, the thing is that you guys are very attracted to women. Right now,
Amanda's laughing a little harder than I think maybe she should.
A young lady just walked past, and there's a sliver of a glass door on Trevor's barbershop, right?
Why were you thinking about this morning?
Well, I'll tell you why I think about it. But you know, the reality is that you really have put yourself in a corner by the two of you, one being married 2 years ago and one being married 3 years ago. You've really kind of painted yourself. You've limited your choices.
Calm
right?
the fuck down, bro.
So
I've only been married for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
He's been married for 1 year.
Okay, so
next
I got
month,
it wrong.
Is it our anniversary yet?
March, right?
Yeah. So and I just think to myself, you know. So here's the thing. So last night I was at dinner with some friends, and the one couple said to me their daughter's, considering getting engaged. And I was like, hey, that's so great to know. And, you know, fantastic news. And
how old?
I'm looking forward. She's 27, 28.
See, you fucking failed as a friend. Your duty, a 27-year-old, is to talk them out of that shit. That's way too young.
So the parents, they're moving. So here's the thing, right? They are moving. The girl and the guy is moving cities. He's got a job in a different city in Florida, but moving cities. And so the girl says, hey, listen, she's at Advent. And, you know, if she's going to go down, you know, they need to get engaged. You know, that's kind of where they're at. So they are going to get engaged. So we were talking a little bit about,
nothing like the pressure of moving to force you to make a lifetime
I know.
decision.
And that's why. So this and I
fucking
thought,
so
we high-fived. We said, you know, fantastic news and, you know, all of that. Right. But then on my swim this morning, I'm thinking to myself, you know, and I looked it up as well. There's between a 40 and a 50% chance of actually getting divorced, the first divorce, between 40 and 50%. Now, why would one, knowing those odds, right? And I asked you guys, 1 year and 2 years. I've been married a little bit longer than you guys, and I'm also thinking about how the hell did I stay married for this long? And I ask you guys, do you really think that you guys are so special that you're gonna remain married until death?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna remain married until death?
Yeah, I ask Amanda to marry me every day, and then some days I say that she should die first so that I have to live with the agony of not being with her instead of the other way around.
So I just wonder.
I'm definitely out
because
living
you
Linda,
guys,
no question about
you
it.
guys.
But I'm being serious.
I'm
like,
just going to. I have fucking
if
tiger
I
blood.
die, I don't want her to be miserable without me.
But why are you limiting your choice?
If she dies, I'll be miserable without her, and I'll take the brunt of the emotional, the psychological, battle.
But both of you are as attracted to the other, to the opposite sex.
This is easy to fucking fix right now.
Yeah.
It's like you. Hey, if I put out 3 bottles of wine,
yeah,
and you took sips of each, and I'd say which one is more to your liking. It's exactly what Nick and I are doing. It's the same thing as looking at a piece of art. It's the same thing. I look at bodybuilders. I look at ripped, steroid jerked fucking men, and I say that guy has good genetics. That guy has better workout. Yep. It's appreciating the beauty of life.
Is it only Jet? Because
God
for
damn.
me, I would say
I gotta take a break real quick and say that we've talked a lot of shit on this podcast. That was like I think that's the most philosophically sound thing I might have ever heard you fucking say on this podcast.
It's about
absolutely perfect.
What,
beauty.
the wine?
Saying that when me and him have a moment where we're looking at the woman in the picnic fucking table dress over there,
Yeah.
that what we're doing is the same as if the two of us were walking into an art museum and looking at a piece of art and going, what do you think of that? That I like the blue. I like the fucking swirl.
I think of it differently. I'm saying that I have the option of wine, okay, but every now and then I want to open the fridge and I'm looking at that beer, and that beer every now and then is looking a little bit more appealing.
I get where you're going with this, but I think that you're
fair.
I think you're,
and I'm saying why would I want to commit to staying with this wine for the rest of my life when I know that there's cocktails and there's beers and there's all sorts of things.
Now it sounds like you're just airing some frustrations you have with your own life.
Why are you saying that?
What
we are having the
we're totally comfortable, and obviously if I'm saying it on a fucking podcast anybody could listen to,
I think I want to back
my wife doesn't give a shit.
I want to back all this up with, I think it's very healthy for a committed couple to discuss what they are and are not attracted to, generally speaking, but more specifically with the opposite sex.
I think it's not just healthy, it's unhealthy not to.
Yeah.
If you looked over there and you feel the need to repress shit because you're going to get in trouble at home, that is the seeds of resentment,
Absolutely.
my man. And resentment grows into a fucking tree that hangs you. You can't
so
let that.
You're saying that Linda has no problem when you are when you see that young lady walking past and you go, wow.
I would not rudely do it. Just like anything else, I would. If it's me and her walking down the street, am I going to go?
Do you have a problem with it?
Do you have a problem, Amanda, when he makes a comment about a pretty girl?
Problem? Not necessarily. Do I feel some type of way about it?
I don't like how that started out.
See, what I'm saying is I'm not going to do it in front of her. Like I'm not going to be. I'm not going to go, oh shit, look at that ass when Linda's standing next to me. However, if I'm sitting here at a podcast that is supposed to be about fucking middle-aged men talking about what middle-aged men do, and I'm scared that I'm going to get in trouble with my wife, that's a bigger issue. That's my point why I'm saying it's healthy.
Don't let me in with this son of a gun, because although we do share the appreciation for the opposite sex, I don't sit around and say, look at the fun bags on that hose hound, or like,
neither do I. I've never said those words before in my entire life.
Check out the pooper on that chick.
I've never said that either.
I really enjoy.
Well, you just said you'd like to go and have a picnic, and the reason why you said that is because she was wearing a chick dress. It looked like a picnic blanket.
I appreciate body shapes, and like to dive even deeper, I've thought about this, man. Like I love looking at chicks.
Same. I do as well.
But it's not in a possessive, manipulative, that's gonna be mine.
So my question is,
I'm gonna do something to that kind of way. It's just like I just fucking love looking at chicks.
But why would you want to limit your choice though? Because I want to go back to that beer.
Limit
wine.
my choice by getting married.
One person, yeah, for the rest of your life.
because she's a fucking rock star, man. Like, I was attracted to her from first glance, and then it builds every day magically,
dude. This argument could go on and on and on. It's fucking not. It's who she is. Why he loves her. But that doesn't mean that you can't look around. You can love your house. Your house is fucking perfect for you, and you're looking around. And these other houses are fucking rad. Does that mean I'm going to sell my fucking house and go?
Eventually, you will. That's the thing with the house. You will, and you'll move to another one.
Some people will. Some people won't.
Yeah,
you don't know.
But you don't feel like disloyal to your house. But you will feel if you leave your wife, it is you are disloyal. And so I'm saying it. I'm asking the question because I don't quite know. I think if it wasn't for my wife's tenacity,
I think all of our listeners have an idea as to why you're asking this question.
Well,
I do too.
I'm asking the question because I don't. I'm trying to put a finger
panicked
on
a little bit.
No, no. I think that if I were given the choice over again to get married, right? Knowing what I do now, the only reason why I would marry is because I've had kids, and that is a big part.
Man, that's got to make you feel so
that is a very
good
significant part as to, and then the reason why we've actually stayed together is because she has been and continues to be very tenacious in terms of making sure that the homestead remains. She probably is 9 out of 10 in terms of contributing to the home being the.
So you're saying that you only got married. Looking back, you only got married to have kids, and you've only stayed married because she's a good homemaker.
No, I didn't have that process. I didn't go through that. I was 27 when I got married. Right.
But hindsight, you're
so
saying.
I told you it was too young. I fucking told you it was too young.
Yeah, with the benefit of now looking back, I wasn't thinking till death do us part. You do say it when you get married, right? But I was thinking, you know what? I'm in for the ride. I'm just going in for the ride. I didn't. Little did I think.
I didn't do it.
Fuck no, dude. I feel that kind of makes me feel sad for you. Like that. My first feeling when you're telling me this story is sadness.
Don't be sad, Nick.
Because I wouldn't fucking. I was close. Like I would be dating somebody, and the normal path of fucking getting married, having kids. If I would have done that shit back then with those women, my life would have been a fucking nightmare. I chose to eventually get married because I actually wanted to. Like there was no kids forcing me to stick around. She's not a homemaker to the point where I can't walk away. She literally, I just want to be married. And at any time it could come to an end. And the fact that I'm not trapped by fucking children or a intertwined life from the age of 27, I think gives it more meaning. Because she knows, and I know, we both, either one of us could amicably split at any time. And we're choosing every day, every minute of every day, to not split, to stay together.
So you're saying that one of the benefits of making that long-term commitment is probably waiting till you got to 40.
Well, I think
to
you
make
gotta
that
wait.
decision.
I think you got to wait because I had no fucking idea. I mean, I'm not pretending like I know who I am now, but I can fucking really tell you at 27, the man I see in pictures and know of at 27, who had already got out of law school at that time, like I was a man by any stretch of the imagination, but that is a completely different fucking way more irresponsible, way more reckless fucking maniac, 27, than I am today. And the woman I was dating back then was fucking terrible. So I can't imagine making those decisions when I barely knew who I was. That's why I said 27 is way too young. Women want to have kids. I get it. You know, I understand the physical limitations that we have as human beings and bodies and having kids. But at the same time, man, when you're making a decision like fucking marrying somebody, 27 is just too goddamn young.
So what is an age for you then?
I think it's a, what do you call it? Not a sliding scale. It is based on the times. So
for 100%, 100%. In the fucking, I know what you're saying. The 1800s, 1700s.
Go for it.
You're fucking 16.
But as time progresses, it needs to, and as life expectancy extends,
we can expect to live beyond 50.
I think you could probably tie it into maybe inflation.
I mean, there's a million arguments, but really what it is we've created a world where we have free time, where our brains are allowed to grasp things and enjoy art and entertain ourselves as opposed to just fucking working in a field all day till you die. Like we are in a world of that, and consequently, things have changed where now you don't need to get married at 16 so that you can pop out one kid every year and have a whole fucking group of people to work your farms, because also, you could have 10 kids and only 6 of them are going to make it. So, you had to do that back then. You don't have to do that now. Now you can enjoy life for different reasons. Like, you're not compelled to fucking be here. I'm here because I'm enjoying myself. And that comes with a decision of responsibly picking a mate. So,
but if you don't want to, so here's the thing. When I got married, I really wasn't thinking of kids. It was not on the agenda. We only had kids like 7 years after we got married. So the reason why we actually got married is because we were not seeing each other. We'd finished college. We were both working, and like we only saw each other on the weekend, and that was for like a couple of hours because I was playing sport, she was doing stuff, so we only got to go out for dinner on Saturday night. Sunday was getting ready for work on Monday. We're both lawyers, so we were both basically working flat out Monday to Friday. So we only saw each other for like 3 hours in a week. And then, if I had a commitment on Saturday night or she had a commitment with, the business, with the office or whatever, we didn't get to see each other at all. So we decided, we needed to actually hang out. And the only way to do it was to get married. And that's how that happened. But we had no intention of having kids. Now, if I think about you guys, both of you, who have said, you don't want to have kids. So why would you get married then if you don't want to have kids? You don't want to what's the purpose of? It's
a social construct that exists that I wanted to experience, and I found somebody that I think would be interesting to experience with. I mean, that's the romantic answer. I mean, I can give you other answers. I can give you legal answers.
But also knowing that statistically there's a almost 5 out of 10 chance, 50% chance that it's going to end.
Who cares? The fact that something's going to end doesn't make me not want to do it. Like, I lived in fear of ever getting a dog and being in love with a dog because they're going to fucking die. So I was always the lame fucking nihilistic shit where somebody says, yeah, I mean, why get a dog when a dog's eventually going to die? Is it worth it? Yeah, the experience of having the Mr. Benson is fucking worth it.
Right.
Like, I know he's going to pass, and I'm going to do the best I can to experience even that as well as I can, knowing that at any time it's better than the alternative, which is fucking darkness anyway. It's nothing.
So when I thought about
I'd rather be sad than fucking nothing.
So when I thought about it, though, I think about, Yegs and I have had a great time together as married couple. But the thing that keeps us, that really is the glue there, is our 2 boys. That happens to be one of the most significant thing. Otherwise, I think to myself, if I was given the chance again, why would I just not play the field?
And that is why I am sad. I have a functioning together marriage that's not glued by some other human beings that I created. It's literally glued by our shared desire to be together. That's why I'm sad for you. You're telling us on the air that your glue that you got married, you stayed married because you have children and because she's a good homemaker, and now you're sitting here telling us the glue is your children. I'm sitting here telling you that there are marriages, mine, Trevor and Amanda's, that don't have a kid forcing us to be together. And if we don't have that outside force making us be together, that means, ipso facto, we could fucking end it at any time, which then raises the value of that relationship. It means we're both making conscious choices every day to stay together that have nothing to do with, well, what are we going to do about the kids? Well, what are we going to do about the house? Well, what are we going to do about this money? Like, we don't have any of those obstacles. We're literally choosing it just because we like each other.
Yeah, but I'm saying you've made the decision of getting married. That you've gone and entered into a contract. You could have just said, let's just live together. There's no reason to get married, right?
Yeah, but there is a distinction. There's a cultural distinction. Well, I could give you a million legal reasons. I got a lot of legal
I don't want the
reasons.
legal. I want the emotional reasons. The reasons why
I gave it to you because it's a social construct that allows you to experience life in a different way, and it was something that I was interested in doing, and she's interested in doing it with me. Or she would be like, no, let's just keep dating. So we're still, at some point, maybe we do decide that. I don't know. But as of now, everything's going fine. Everybody likes each other, and it's not because... I never find myself sitting down going, Jesus Christ, what am I doing? I can't leave because, I have this fucking kid. or I can't leave because I have this house. No, I'm sitting there going, yeah, if I want to leave, I can fucking leave at any time. I can do whatever I want. I'm choosing to stay, which then raises the value of said relationship. That's why I'm sad when you first said that.
But would you say that since the kids came after the marriage, that became the reason why you guys are together? Like, rather because it wasn't the reason in the beginning.
I'm trying to rationalize the reason why two people get together and then make a contract where you say, okay, we are now going to be together until death do us part. And if you're going to make that contract, it's very easy if there's nothing else binding you. And I'm trying to understand what are the things that bind you, right? Now, in my instance, I think the thing that has been very significant in binding us together is the fact that we actually started a family. So it was many years later, but initially it was because we wanted to see each other. There was no other way of seeing each other because we lived separately. So we had to get together and, we then got married. Several years later, and initially there was no chance we're going to have kids. It wasn't even on the agenda. But then we decided we were. And then it became that family unit was the glue. But also...
How many strip clubs had you been to during this time? Like
no strip clubs at all.
Oh,
right. Yeah.
But then what happens is that I also have a partner, and I think that's what keeps us together. Really, she plays a disproportionate role in keeping the family together, and I don't play that role. If it was just up to me, I think we would have gone separate ways a long time ago.
Your kids would be feral.
Jesus Christ, bro. Really?
Yeah.
I can't think that there's too much that I do in our relationship. I'm being honest. I mean, I'm just saying, hey, listen, do I wake up every day thinking about the things? Do I make a phone call in the day to my wife to see how she's doing? Absolutely not. I don't do any of those things. I don't.
Oh my God.
Do you guys phone your wife, find out how she's doing in the
text
day?
her during the day.
I text Amanda all the time.
All the time.
Never do it.
All the time.
Unless there's something wrong with her. If she's unwell,
I text Amanda if we're in the same room just to be funny.
100%. Or send him like little fucking reels on Instagram and shit that I think that she would think. So
I think
funny.
maybe after 10 years of this podcast,
I know that Amanda snaps at me when I'm doing like the buns grab through the kitchen, and there's reels on.
Oh yeah.
On exactly that. Mm-hmm. That like. In the reel, the chick will be wondering if the husband's pissed because he didn't do the buns grab. But like that's part of the game is me doing something obnoxious and you responding like that's part of the flirting. Yeah, hell yeah. I pass notes to Amanda underneath the bathroom door when she's in the bathroom. I write notes and
see, everybody finds their little. Other than PR, everybody finds.
I don't have an inkling of that. Never had it. And I don't think I will, but I've stayed married, and it's been more than a few years that I've been married, and the only reason why is because I think she plays because she plays a very big role in just keeping the family unit together, and I'm thinking to myself this morning, if I was like you guys, I don't think I'll do it. Because why would I want to make that commitment?
I don't understand. Is this the real world? Like I don't fucking get it.
Like, can you fucking imagine? This is out of control.
Yeah.
You do know that there are fewer and fewer people getting married now, right? The people are choosing not to get married.
Yeah, because
if life is easy to just live on your own, right? You don't need to get married.
Yes, and if you're not having kids, you don't have to.
Yeah,
and there's no reason why I think it should be some sort of mandatory thing, or even with the cultural pressure that it has. But again, maybe my opinion will change. But at the time, I thought about it, and I was like, I think it'd be cool to have this sort of commitment. Like, even if it ended tomorrow, I wouldn't look back on it as a negative experience. I would look back on it as a positive.
If you had an affair. An extramarital affair.
Mm-hmm. Sounds so fancy when you say
it. Would you think that Linda will forgive you and take you back?
Yeah, I think she probably would. Same here.
Hypothetical question, Trevor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would never want to consider it and/or put Amanda in that position.
Because most marriages between men and women,
and I've thought about this a lot. Like,
You've thought about the potential ramifications of an extramarital affair?
You have to think about it.
No. I've thought about how many people that I personally know that have had affairs, and I've analyzed those scenarios almost probably in a judgmental way, and I'm learning to change that mechanism. I'm addressing those stories head on to understand without passing judgment. And in any case, I have thought from an egotistical perspective, why haven't I had the opportunity? Like, how come so many guys have shared, obviously intimately, secretively, that these things have happened, which I couldn't be more honored to be on the receiving end of those stories, because I feel like they're working through the crud. But then I think from ego, I'm like, well, fuck, what, like, was it that easy for you guys to like hook up with chicks?
Not if you don't drink and you don't go out for a year and 2 months.
Here's
where are you gonna meet them at the fucking gym?
Here's what I came to the conclusion, though, is that I do not put out the energy in any way, shape, or form that invites somebody to think that they have an opportunity, and I'm very proud of that.
Fair.
So that's a very good. So you're saying that people that end up in a relationship that they don't really want. When I read the statistics this morning, it says that most men, when they have these extramarital affairs, they don't think through the consequences. So they actually haven't mapped out, like, hey, listen, if I do this, Linda's going to get pissed off, and then it's going to fucking end in the marriage. You think you're going to do this, and she's never going to fucking find out. That's the way you do it. Mm-hmm. Men always seems always
about right. I mean,
right?
That relates back to last week with delayed gratification versus instantaneous gratification, and what's going on in your brain with not being able to see the next 3 steps down the road. So, yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying.
So,
I think
whereas women, on the other hand, when they have extramarital affairs or when they have an affair, they have in most instances, they do it when they believe their marriage is over. They kind of going into this thing knowing that, you know what, Nick's out anyway. I'm just going to fucking kill it.
I think so.
She wouldn't have to do, and that's what I was getting at. We don't have to kill anything. Like, we don't have children or a homestead, as you put it, that we need to maintain. If it was over, I think it would just be over. Like, it could be amicably done, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal, which then takes this pressure off. Like, I was talking to a guy at Hangry Bison who's friends with my brother, and he was talking about, like, he's choosing to quit drinking alcohol. And he was like, when you think about it, like, oh, never again alcohol my whole life, it seems overwhelming. It seems like something you can't do. But if you go, you know what, I'm going to take a week off, and then at the end of that week you're like, God, I'll take another week off. We'll see what's happening. You know, my birthday's in October. We'll see how I feel. And you're going about that, not putting pressure on yourself. The way that we have it with no kids, and we still chose to get married, there's no pressure. If it was fucking over, it'd be over. Like, so we don't have to struggle through that.
I was just thinking about the affair thing, and I'm pretty sure when we've been shooting the shit, we've hit this before. I'm pretty sure I've read, and I'm trying to wrap my brain. I do know that we've hit this in other times, but I'm pretty sure I've read, whether it's direct or subconsciously, that an affair is to hurt your partner or get the attention of your partner, and it really doesn't have anything to do with it's definitely a
I think that's an overgeneralization. That's the same as saying suicide's a cry for help. Like, yes, some suicide attempts I think are probably a cry for help, but some of them are just, I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, I think that in fact,
I agree with you, and the people that go through with it without the cry for help are the serious ones, which fuck yeah, go for it.
But I think that the most number of affairs that when men have it, they do it hoping never to get caught. Which means that they are actually not doing it to spite somebody.
It's a control thing, man.
Well, I think in instances when you have this affair, you have this testosterone. You want to have this feel for the excitement and the need to go out and be.
I think you guys are overgeneralizing
and
that too. I think it's lack of self-esteem. I think it's people.
Well, it could be the self-esteem, but in reality, you're tempted by something. And it could be the dopamine rush, the fact that you don't get it anymore at home, the kind of that magical connection, right? And so somebody else is going to give it to you, and you think, shit, you know what? I'm just going to venture off just for a day, just for one time. It's not going to be anything more than that. And then all of a sudden, one time becomes 2 and 3 and 4, and then you're down, the rabbit hole, right? And I think that's how that happens. It's not done, I don't believe, in the main, to hurt the other party, but you will almost always hurt the other party.
Correct.
That's the problem.
I think somewhere along the line, that it's gonna hurt. You make the decision, however it's justified, and I'm pretty sure you could trace it all back to something that says I want to hurt that other person for some reason.
Did this all really stem from the girl with the picnic table dress, or were you planning on talking about this?
No, it was the picnic
really
dress.
Good job at,
it's fucking great.
It was the picnic dress, and it also was a conversation. The dinner that I had last night.
Hey, you missed out on
the
engagement, dress, man.
I saw the picnic dress.
Damn. But that was a good segue, man. Good job over there. I know I give you shit all the time. That's a smooth move, baby.
Ask Chad really quick what according to any popular research, it pretty much says 48% of unfaithful men stated that emotional dissatisfaction was the primary reason they cheated on their partners.
Yeah, but also take it from somebody who is hired to ask questions and create personality profiles based on people's answers. Whatever they say, I'd fucking grain of salt. I don't think... I think when people are questioned, especially in some sort of official setting, they say whatever fucking pops in their head that makes them sound the least shitty.
So the way I understand that response, though, is that they're unhappy with their marriage.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying, right?
What they're doing is they're blaming it on their spouse. Yeah. That's what that fucking says, and that's fucking bullshit. They're going, I'm emotionally unhappy in my relationship, implying that don't have an emotional attachment with the wife at home. But so what are they going to do? They're going to cheat.
In reality, you're walking down Park Avenue, you see this hot chick. She looks at you in a way that says, "Hey, how's it, Nick? Do you want to buy me a drink?" Right? And then all of a sudden, you and I are having this great time. You're having a laugh and what have you, and you're saying, can we meet next week? And,
fuck that.
And,
nope.
And all I'm saying is that she's making you feel like $1 million, right? Like the way Linda used to make you feel 5 years ago.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just saying that's how it happens. It's not an emotional, where you were not unhappy at home.
That dude walking on Park Avenue is fucking getting older. He's fucking, he has his wife. He knows everything's cool there, but he doesn't feel like we're bred from a young age to get out there and try and fucking land girls, be cool, profile matters, ego fucking matters. And as it starts to go away and you get a little bit older, I think you get scared and sad. And fucking somebody walks around and makes you feel good. Like you said, you make terrible decisions. I think my point is, it has everything to do with the man being fucked up. And to me, you can't blame it on your fucking spouse. And that's what that answer from ChatGPT just did. It's saying, I'm emotionally unhappy with my wife. If that's true, then work on it. And if you can't fix it, divorce. So that you can go and not breach that fucking, commitment that you had. But so my point being, I don't think you can possibly blame it on the spouse. It's the man's fucking problem. And I mean, I'm sure this goes both ways. I'm sure women have their fucking reasons for cheating too. They do it all the time. But I'm just saying, I think a woman's would be more likely, if they were to cheat, to not be a lack of self-esteem. It'd be more like a loss of agency.
Yeah. So when I searched also why do people get divorced, the number one reason why people get divorced is actually not
financial, having
an affair. No, it was you lose. There's a loss of commitment. And I'm thinking, that is such a bland reason why you say, why are you getting divorced? We no longer committed to the relationship. I think that's just the politically correct way of saying, somebody is fucking around.
People get divorced because people fucking, regardless of what you say, people don't change. People fucking do change. Life is very long, tough to be with somebody, no matter how close you are for the rest of your life. So instead of living in a marriage that is glued together by children only, I would make the choice to get the fuck out and go try and find somebody who, at least for a short period of time, makes me happy. That's what I'd say about it. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm there for 30 years, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be married for the next 30 years.
I think after she listens to this
Good
one,
Lord,
you might
you
not
can
be.
hope in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up faster, man. I think you got to make it happen.
Yeah,
Like
I'm learning from you guys. I really am.
I'm not sad. I'm scared.
I'm going to start slipping some notes under the bathroom door. I don't think I can actually. We've got a sliding door. I don't think anything's going to slip under there.
Where there's a will, there's a way. You can figure out some way.
Yeah, he's just one example.
To flirt, or yeah.
I mean, don't you think it would make you feel good?
I don't think so. I think it make me look.
It's the
No, her flirting with you. I'm saying if she did little things that, like, let's say you're fucking walking along and you're like, man, I really like that $5,000 belt, but we're busy. I can't buy it right now. And then for no reason whatsoever, she bought you another fucking $5,000 belt, and you got home and you're like, so she took it, like, she heard what I said without me asking for anything. She thought of my own well-being, and she bought this for me because for no other reason than it makes my life a little bit better. Wouldn't that make you feel good?
And she does it all. I did tell you that she buys all my clothes. I actually buy nothing. I don't buy anything. She decides whatever I bought something. Mm-hmm. I think, what the fuck was I thinking?
So she's constantly doing things that flirt.
Constantly. That's why I say.
And you do nothing.
90%, 99% of the reason.
In fact, you said that you'd feel uncomfortable doing anything.
I'm completely uncomfortable doing anything. The only thing that I really think the most romantic thing I do is in the most evenings, I would open a bottle of wine and hope that she wants to drink it with me. If she doesn't, then I'll just drink it myself.
Okay. So like, yeah, you shouldn't be thinking to yourself, why am I here and what glue is holding me together? You should be thanking fucking the universe.
I do. I'm very lucky to have a wife that puts in a huge effort in terms of just keeping the family unit
and
together.
Overlooks your shortcomings.
I hate to say this, but maybe she's the one that's fucking cheating on you, man.
Oh, shit.
She does all the work.
Says
she
PR.
does all the work, yeah.
Impossible says PR. Nobody would ever cheat on you, right?
Look, Edward, if you just turn the table on me like the way you have, I don't know what I would do. You know what I'm saying?
We start this whole fucking conversation with you talking about why you'd ever get married.
Yeah.
That if you could go back in time, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And then you just sit here and go, I don't even know what I'd do. I don't know either. Honestly, I think your cars would run out of gas. Like, I think you would not be able to function.
That's it.
I think.
Because she does everything at home. She takes care of everything, right? And if one day she said to me, listen, I'm out, I'm seeing this other hot guy, I'll be like, my fucking
His name's
word.
Ed, 2 Ds.
Yeah.
For a double dose of
I wouldn't know, and he pours, he has a better taste in red wine than you do, and he makes a better charcuterie board. I don't know what I'd fucking do. That'll be the end. That's when I do decide to take end life, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It'd be a funny thing to do, but it's incredible how you just turn that table on me, right? Because I've always thought about
we could tell by
being
your
the alpha,
retreating
right?
that you're doing right now,
being the one
verbally,
that's making this big decision.
Yeah,
one day I'm going to decide, this is it. I've had enough. But then what about if the other party, who in our home environment is the glue? If that glue had to be removed, I would be in deep shite.
Well, I want to go back to a little earlier. I think I held my tongue on some things about why I decided to get married and how I feel about that. And I do take into consideration, like Nick mentioned, that marriage is a construct. But and so, you know, you pretty much are what you're born into, right? Like political, religious, for the most part. I've done my damnedest to educate myself and step outside of those constructs. But at some point, conscientiously understood that I want a partner from a very young age. I struggled through dating in high school and college because forevermore I've wanted to present a partnership as like a unified front to this world. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that comes from family. I don't think, you know, if you look at nature versus nurture, I think it's just in me that I want a partner that does everything that I can't do, and then I'm providing everything that the partner can't. And I feel that manifests itself definitely in a male-female relationship. And so other than, you know, sex and romance is, unfortunately, I think for many people to hear this is kind of a, not byproduct, and I don't want to say it's like secondary, but I think that's the easy part. And two people can learn, as long as they're open and honest about what they do and don't like, how things can be sexy or romantic. For me, it was a teammate to go through this life. And to, as far as how I define my role, is I get so much fulfillment out of being a provider and protector. And I firmly believe, probably against a lot of people's perspective in this day and age, like I do believe in a traditional masculine, feminine, man-woman relationship. And then for me to provide and protect, I'm getting so much more back from Amanda on how to navigate my instinctual conquesting, like warrior battle shit. So I get to go out and do all this stuff, and then I get to come home and describe it to her, and then she gives me profound insight on, instead of just, you know, slash and burn, like, well, and that's the balance that I've been seeking. I would like to say that I did read, and to a certain extent believe, that most people go through, obviously there's outliers and different circumstances, but for the most part, people go through 3 major significant relationships before they land on the third, and the third one sticks. The first one is usually younger in life, and it has to do with parents' influence, and you commit to the relationship and usually get burnt. The second relationship is to make up for everything that was opposite in the first relationship, which is just a fucking shitstorm failure. And then the third is an equal balance of where you're supposed to be.
Well, that's if you're smart and you're mature. I was never very mature. Mine was always fucking opposites.
I think people,
over and over.
I think people, at least in our generation, are sticking with the first and staying with it.
I guess.
And they have kids, and they have a house, and they have bills, and that kind of fucks things up. They miss the boat on the next 2 experiences. And so I want to say that
me, 27's too fucking young.
I've had 4 serious relationships, but I would probably say, if I really picked it apart or sat down with a therapist or a psychologist, that the first one kind of didn't count.
Yeah.
My very first long-term relationship was probably not part of this.
Fuck no. My first one was a fucking nightmare.
But the second one that I had was fucking real deal Holyfield. You know, extreme long-term shit like that.
How old were you when you say first serious relationship? I imagine it's not like the puppy love kind of 15.
Well, it was,
16-year-old.
and I'll tell you a story. I don't know if you guys know this about me. I was at college, and at least at that time said that I was playing the field, and I met this chick at the gym.
There you go.
And
Maybe
I
you
had
should be scared.
I had 2 workout partners, and they were bird dogging, man. Like, they did all the work, and I really wasn't interested in doing the grind to like pick up chicks anywhere. They invited her out. They invited me out. We went out as a really big group, and then she and I hit it off, and it was officially a fling. She had 2 children from a previous relationship, and I was wrapping up school. My plan was to go to LA or New York and be in the film industry. And she was going to move to Louisiana. And as it came time for her to move to Louisiana, she made the decision to stay here for me. I had nothing to do with that decision, which I think made things a little, like, that put a lot of weight on me.
Yeah.
At the age that I was at, and I was like, yeah, this is great. And then, a few months in, I was like, this is fucking heavy duty.
Then you're fucking feel like, again, like we were talking about with the kids, now you feel like you're fucking trapped.
Well, yeah. And
which is an outside influence to the relationship.
We committed. I said, the universe has laid this out in front of me. Let's see what happens. And finished school, freelanced for a while, had a couple serious jobs along the way. So let me jump back a little bit. The kids were never really supposed to be a part of my life, and we discussed that. At some point, their dad was thrown into jail, and the kids came to live at my house full time.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So
you never told me this.
Really, overnight, I became a father.
Gross.
And I was young, man. So I had met the kids when they were under a year and 2 years. And I was around them for about 8 years. 7, 8 years.
Jesus Christ. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You raised kids for 7 years?
Yeah.
What are they doing now?
I don't know. And unfortunately, I really don't give a shit. I've thought about that.
That's not unfortunate. I think that's fortunate
well,
that you don't give a shit.
You would think that after 8 years of commitment and spending that much time with 2 young human beings, that there would be some sort of connection. But and I feel I not guilty or shameful, but I feel bad for not having the connection with them. But at the same time, my brain's like, fuck that. Like, it's a weird juxtaposition.
That story just gave me chills.
Between like 22 and 30 years old when this happened. Right?
Yeah.
So you were you were a young adult.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of that story, if you were going to go, Nick, here are your 2 choices: 8 years raising these 2 kids that aren't yours, or 8 years in DOC, Department of Corrections. I think I'd take DOC. At least there you can like read books, work out in the yard.
I learned a lot. I grew up pretty quick.
And you had a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. My word.
God, that's a nightmare. Jesus Christ, dude. I might have a nightmare about that tonight. Like, this may happen, like, actually.
Yeah, I have a different level of respect for you, because at 22 you had 2 kids living at your house. That's some responsibility.
The hardest part of the kid thing was the non-blood relationship, that they were at my house and I was providing, and I would get comments all the time like, "You're not my real dad," and that that shit cut, which is probably why I don't really reach out. That it's not a blood thing, so it's easy to sweep under the rug.
God damn. Yeah. That's some brutal shit here on Motherfunkler Hour.
Well, on that note, cue the music. Let's do some nugs.
did party for my aunt has like quasi retired from the practice of law, but she's now of counsel at my office, technically speaking. So we did like a party to welcome her to the office. Friday, Ed, my main man, was there. Everybody who works in and around, and we had Cammy came. It was a really good time. We went to the Imperial first for a couple of drinks, which we've talked about the Imperial many times. It was great. They have delirium beer, which I was like, I know I'm going to be drinking later.
It's high octane, right?
It is high octane, but less octane than their delicious old fashioned, which is usually what I would have ordered there. But I was looking to not get really fucked up. So I had a delirium and we chilled. That place was great. The bartender there is so cool. Like the older guy, he's really good bartender, I think. From there, we cruised over to the actual Alphon, where my aunt had reserved a side room. And to be honest, I had never eaten at the Alphon, really. I think I'd had breakfast with her a couple of times down there, but never eaten dinner. So that was the experience we had.
What'd you think?
So it was good. I mean,
I've only had the ballroom mass catered deal, which I think never really works out anywhere.
Yeah, at all. I agree with that. And this was a preset menu. But that's what I'm going to speak to, because the food was good, but on Park Ave, there's places that are fucking way better close by. There just is. But what I can speak to is that the service staff, in my opinion, was excellent. They have a side room there that was private and perfect for what we had going on. The drinks, they have an excellent bourbon selection. Drinks were on point. So what I'd be recommending it for is maybe not if it's a special date night or something, unless you're really looking to switch it up. There's a million restaurant recommendations I could give you. The same type of food is right down the street at Ravenous, and I would say Ravenous is superior. But if you have a group or something, like a family that's in town, you got 12 people, and you can get that table and do that experience, highly recommend. I thought it was fantastic.
Nice.
So a good overall experience there. Ended up going out after that. DJ BMF was at Little Indies. So we went to Indies and hung out. And then that's when I was like, I'm calling it. And I headed home. So there's a nugget for you. The Alphon, obviously the hotel's great, especially since we have it's dearth, correct? We have a dearth of good hotels in Central Florida, I think, unless you go over to the attractions. The Ritz is technically not the attractions, but that's way off John Young. If you're hanging out downtown, Mills, Winter Park, and you're looking to drink in the cool places, we really don't have a lot of good options to stay at. And I think the Alphon's the best one.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got that, and the hotel is great. The spa is great. And now I can tell you, the food, it's very good. It's just, if you're looking for a super special night, I got other recommendations for you, but it was very good, and the service staff was impeccable.
Yeah, I went to the new Sushi Saint on Fairbanks.
Yes, sir.
And it's exceptional. I like the Sushi Saint downtown. Been there a number of times. So the one, so you enter through, Soseki and Sushi Saint have got now the same entrance.
Did you ever go to Barcata?
I believe I have. Yeah, I went to Barcata, but
Did they switch it? Is my question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically they've shut that down.
Well, that's closed. Barcata's closed. I'm asking you, did they tear down walls, or is it the same? Because Soseki and Barcata were
it's the same room.
Yeah,
it's the same room.
Okay, all right.
They haven't done. They've just made that. There's a bar as you enter now. There's they've made a little bar.
Oh, cool.
That's basically you can So I guess if you don't make a reservation, we made reservations, and it's very intimate though. The Barcata room is very small.
Yeah, very.
So it's only got I'd say 6 tables.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super small. So if you're looking, so Sushi Saint downtown is quite big. There's a lounge area and there's a private room and there's a lot of space. But the food at Sushi Saint is outstanding.
Agreed.
It really is outstanding.
I was driving by on the way here today and saw a pop-up. They had a pop-up outside, T-shirts and shit. So maybe they're doing that on Sundays.
I went to Sushi Saint last Saturday for lunch, the downtown one though. Their food's fucking excellent.
Outstanding.
I mean, the hand rolls.
Yeah.
The mushroom jam wagyu,
Oh.
dude, unbelievable. Like, and it's just this little hand roll. I'm not going to overeat. They're regular sushi rolls. They're taki, unreal.
And they've got the Szechuan cucumbers. My
Yes.
goodness me.
So Linda's parents were in town. That's why we went there, and they live in the villages, so they don't have any like decent, not even decent sushi. So they came here, and Linda's mom said she didn't like cucumbers. Okay, that's like what we're dealing with, and both of them couldn't get enough of that cucumber with Szechuan. Like it's so that sauce is so freaking good.
Yeah.
Like it's unbelievable. We did that. We did edamame. We did 2 hand rolls each, and then we did a couple of sushi rolls. And the, I guess, owner walked around, older guy, was like, "Hey, you want to do another tasting? Are you good?" And we ended up doing a raw fish tasting on like little potato straws. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, that place is so good.
All right. Thank you for listening. And a special thanks to the Wizard of Ed and the Intuitive Muse. Especially to the Intuitive Muse because tomorrow's her birthday.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
And she lets me look at chicks in picnic dresses outside the door. Please don't punch me later.
And when this airs, we got a couple events coming up. We've got the 250. There's still tables available as of this recording.
Yes.
So sign up for that. The Hop every third Thursday here at Hannibal Square. Check that out. And every Wednesday night, 7 to 9, Fiddler's Green, baby.
Fucking A. Hit like and subscribe.
Hey.
Leave comments, questions, and requests. Connect with us on social media adventures throughout the week. T-Bone out.
See you in the promised land, sucker.